What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back for our first official episode of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This is 4th edition. This will be the Expedition of the Damned. I'll be your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick, joined by a full cast of the expedition here. We'll be getting into your individual characters as you get introduced. So I would like to go into this. Technical difficulties? No, we're good. All right. So let's go ahead and let's just get into it, because we did a good session 0. We covered most of everything. And does anybody need to let me know about anything before we start? Like questions, concerns? No? Okay.
Sheet.
What was that, Nog?
I need to pull up my sheet.
Yes, find your sheet, please.
Do I need to repeat my dark secret now that we're recording?
No, don't make me
Okay.
edit this like you made me edit the previous campaign. Okay.
Patrons only.
Okay. So let me pull this up real fast. Boom, boom, and boom. All right. So the year is 2360 of the Imperial calendar.
God, I need to take this already.
Yes, you might want to take notes.
2360?
2360.
Literally grabbing the notes right now.
The Empire, for the first time in centuries, is stabilizing under the rule of Emperor Magnus the Pious, the acclaimed general who shattered the mighty Chaos Warband of Azavar Kul while aiding the men of Kislev. Not only saving the Empire, but possibly the world from the spread of corruption of the Dark Gods. However, the influence of chaos is ever present, and one should always be vigilant of its influence, as well as the massing beastmen within the dark forest, greenskins of the mountaintops, and the whispers of vampires and undead massing in forgotten places. The Empire may be whole, but it is far from safe. The Emperor's reign has been one of solidarity and advancement, and has been met with discontent by some. But all is done with the glory and future of the Empire in mind. With the aid of Master Teclis of Ulthuan, a college of magic has been established to cultivate the gifted or cursed of the Empire, to act as a bulwark against the influence of chaos, and to bolster the armies of the Empire with magical firepower in a way. In a way that the many cults and the gods men could not. Indeed, many people and long-standing imperial authorities were aghast that men should be permitted to embrace the dangerous sorcerous arts. But Magnus, now heralded as the voice of Sigmar, the great uniter of the Empire and the last hope against the Chaos Hordes, ordered that it should be so. Magnus also has the backing of the Grand Theogonist of the Cult of Sigmar and the Elector Counts, so the witch hunters and other zealots are held at bay for now. In addition to the college, the Imperial Gunnery School has been established within Nuln, the current capital, taking the unreliable black powder weaponry and refining it into a coveted resource within the armies of the Empire. Further advancing the way war and battle is waged, and elevating the Empire once more to a bastion of military might amongst the lands of men and beyond. Despite all these advances, Emperor Magnus still has goals he wishes to accomplish both within and without the Empire. One of these being the establishment of not only trade, but recognition and monitoring of the lands of men outside of the Empire's borders, specifically those of Vestalia, Talea, and what is known as the Border Princes. It is through these newfound contacts and diplomatic ties that information has found its way to the newfound colleges of magic, specifically the Bright Order. The current patriarch, Frederick von Tarnus, has organized an expedition in secret of even the other colleges, the expedition is tasked with traveling into the hot desert of the heretical lands of Araby and securing an item of great importance to not only the Patriarch, but possibly the fate of all. That's just a brief intro into what our campaign is going to be delving into. Whatever. All right.
Sounds exciting.
Sounds exciting. We're ready to move on then. All right. So, the expedition.
Quick question.
Yes.
What was the year one more time?
The year is 2360.
Oh, the Imperial calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all.
All right. The expedition in question, funded and put together by the Bright Order, has tasked Magister Raina Reichenbach. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Reichenbach?
Yep, Reichenbach.
With collecting this item in question. She, of course, is bringing along her apprentices, as well as a few other magisters that she trusts. It was through the influence of the Patriarch that the Order of the Knights Panther, or at least a branch of it currently campaigning within Talea, was sequestered as guides through the Great Desert. Its commander being Dieter Hellwig, a seasoned knight with 2 regiments of knights under his employ. At his request, an accompanying group of mercenaries with a reputation for effectiveness and discretion, known as the Bold Bastards, originally formed within the Empire, but currently based out of Talea, was hired on as needed protection. Its current commander, Nazaro, 9 Lives D'Alia, God damn it, the last name's fucking Italian as hell. D'Alia has at his command a small contingent of ogres, 2 regiment of pikemen, 1 regiment of handgunner, and 4 regiment of militia, all gathered in Lucini and set out by boat toward Sudenburg, which is an imperial colony established far to the south of the lands of Araby by the Knights of the Crusade. Now it is primarily a hub for mercenaries and trade with the Old World. Still within the Empire's purview, though. It's still under imperial rule in a way. Sudenburg is to be the base from which your expedition is to search. But it appears Manon might have other plans. As currently, the lot of you are sequestered to a ship. The seas roll and the storm that has been ravaging the waves for days is worsening. As your ship crashes against waves, you have been holding out hope that land would be close. You can just barely see the dim lights of your companion vessels, briefly illuminated by bolts of lightning amongst the rolling ocean. Your vessel, the Desire, captained by Eros Vito, a man of few words and an eternal frown, is currently frantically giving orders to his crew to keep the vessel afloat. A small amount of the supplies for the expedition are below deck within the cargo hold, as this was the last ship loaded. Due to the funding and the ill-received treatment by the scorned harbor master and former lover of our mercenary leader Nazaro in Lucini, your vessel was also left short-staffed, and all of you are having to pitch in. So, as we venture forth into the campaign, we're all going to make our first roll of the night. Everyone, I need everyone to give me an endurance check.
Endurance check. And so how would we do that?
Roll a d100, and it has to be under your endurance, whatever the number is. And if you get various levels of success,
Yes.
If you get more than 10 below, every 10 is a level of success.
Gotcha. All right,
Yes.
so roll that beautiful D1.
What was the? It was Nazaro Lucchini.
Was it 25?
Nazaro was just his first name. Lucchini is the port city.
No,
you
that definitely passed for you. Yeah, that definitely
Yeah.
passed. I'm gonna do my endurance roll.
Okay.
My toughness is so high, I don't know how I could hit. Oh, I believe that's 2 levels of success. What was the full name of the mercenary commander? It was Nazaro.
His full name is Nazaro Fuck, man. I might have to change that. Dahlia.
Dahlia.
Summon,
Dahlia.
summon
D-
your inner
apostrophe ALIA.
Dahlia.
Dahlia.
Somebody touch a hit spaghetti.
Nickname is Nine Lives. People call him,
Nine.
yeah, for reasons that you might find out at some point. Nazaro Nine Lives is what he's commonly known as.
Go.
Do you guys need anything else before we get into what else going on? Awesome. So, has everyone put in their endurance check?
Yes.
All right. Did anybody fail?
I did.
Luther and Lucian?
Yep.
Yes.
How badly?
I have a 30 toughness and I rolled a 31.
Okay, it's just a moderate failure. So, how about you, Lucian?
33, and I rolled a 51.
Hey.
So, 43. So that's one level of failure. Okay. So currently, the seas have not been agreeing with Luther or Lucian. The two of you will be starting our initial little foyer into Warhammer with a lovely level of the equivalent of exhaustion,
Oh shit.
Cool.
because you are not feeling well. So all of your rolls will be at a -10 because you are seasick.
All right. Oh, I'm not used to the sea.
So, as we see Luther towards the top deck, hurling his guts out. What do you look like, Luther? Describe your character to us.
Luther is has a bright red hair, green eyes, a very. He's 17 years old, and so he's young. He's a young man. He's got very almost cut angular features. Very attractive man, I would say. You know, a beautiful man. You know, but however, his attire is that of someone that looks like that he is like almost like he's wearing these robes. But he has almost like kind of a chimney sweep attire, not like in the amount of soot he has on him. He has a bunch of like coal soot on. And his hands are almost blackened with coal. And he actually has on his back a little bit of a little basket that has some coal in it. Not for him. He's an apprentice, and a lot of times what the apprentices of the Bright Order have to do is stoke the fires, make sure that their master has fire whenever they need it. And so right now, even though he looks like an attractive person, he is kind of sweaty and obviously sick from his sea adventures. So yeah, that's Luther. Luther Steinhaus.
The ship is roiling in the waves, and and you're in like full storm, like end of the earth kind of like weather happening right now. All of the what normally is just like ash, like kind of stuck to you, is just running everywhere. There's
Running
like
down,
gross black mush running down you, and Luther looks like shit. I'm assuming you're hurling over the rails, probably, or at least attempting to, kind of holding on.
Yes, attempting to.
Waves.
Some of it.
I'm gonna say you're probably
Sigma.
towards like the upper deck area where kind of like the captain and the wheel is, and the captain kind of looks back towards you. He just has this perpetual scowl on his face, and just kind of looks out, trying to get some more help, since it looks like Luther's not going to be much help right now. And as he looks down, he sees possibly two more able-bodied individuals, in both Lucian and Wolfram. You, soldiers, go, hoist the sail, further up. So, as you say that, Wolfram, what do you look like, Wolfram? Describe yourself.
I am about average height. Well, probably a little bit tall for this time, this era. About 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
Very slender. Very slender man. I think got a mop of hair, brown hair, dark brown hair. Again, I referenced this last time. I think Timothy Chalamet from Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Very pale blue eyes. I am wearing a military uniform. Looks very similar to something from the Ostermark, but different enough that perhaps I've made it my own. One thing that is prominent, there is a beautiful fancy hat. If you look at the up in our kind of see nice kind of red fancy hat on top here.
Mm-hmm.
And got a little bandolier on. And you notice I've got a small pack on, but kind of slung across my back over my back is what's the handgun?
Mm-hmm.
It's Black Beauty.
Okay. Lucian, you are nearby. You're looking a little green, Lucian, but
a little pale.
But what
Little
does Lucian look like?
Lucian is a human male, 18 years of age, with black hair about shoulder length, brown eyes, faintest hint of a mustache on his lip, 5'6" in height, slim, wiry, clad in leather, with a rapier at his hip.
All right. Both of you also Slosh. You guys are on like the kind of like main deck area. There's a large cargo hatch that's been covered with like a large grate, and as the two of you kind of like slip over to try to obey the captain's orders, you bump into another individual, Mr. Berthold. If you'd care to describe yourself.
Yes, Henry Berthold. He is a 16-year-old young man, coming in at 5'10", with grayish-white hair that he keeps short on the sides, long on top. Blue eyes, very piercing blue eyes, very strong jaw, facial structure, very stoic features as well. He rarely smiles, rarely laughs. He's a man of serious business. And he wears a mail shirt because the seas can be rough with pirates and things, and a leather jerkin on top of it. And he probably has a sword on his hip.
Sword. Okay. No shield?
The shield at the moment probably not, because we are currently messing around with
Let's
sails.
see. Yeah. Wolfram's probably having a hard time with a big rifle slung across his back, trying to keep his footing.
He's thinking he should have stowed it.
Yeah. But as you guys are doing your best, you bump into Henry. He kind of slides away, and Henry, you go about your tasks of trying to gather some of the loose barrels of stored goods or whatever it is that was being dragged down below that has been kind of shifting across the deck. You're trying to secure it. While the captain looks around, where's that blasted ogre? And we see a lovely Nog at the prow of the ship, finger halfway up his nose.
That's right.
He's kind of loving it. Nog, describe yourself, please.
All right, I'm a big fella, probably about 10, 12 foot height. With a large metal plaid over my belly. It's huge. Look a lot, well, not a lot, but intellectually distinct from the Grey Hawk from 1964. Very large fella. Love to eat.
Do you have your
The bag of
large?
groceries right here.
Yeah. Do you have your large weapon on your back?
I do carry it.
It is to all of you. It looks like a
Tree.
it would be the size of like a great sword for a normal human being. For Nog, it's a one-handed sword, and it's a curved blade that probably none of you are really familiar with. It would be the equivalent of a scimitar, but it is gargantuan size.
What about the size of like an airplane?
Yeah, it's huge. So yeah, but he's got it strapped to his back. Large gut plate protecting his very prestigious girth. Something sacred to ogres. And as he kind of white knuckles the front there, I'm not sure how well Nog does at sea.
Well,
obviously he's not green at the gills, but as you guys are out there, the captain, tell that damn thing to secure the goddamn anchor. It fell off the side.
Go get the anchor.
You're like, oh. You go look over. It's at this point, gentlemen, that we are going to enter into our first skill challenge of the campaign. So, we're going to do this one a little different. I'm going to call for what needs to be done. Only a single person can perform the task. You can volunteer if you'd like, but only one person gets the roll for it. So, first up, I am going to need somebody to be looking out at the waves. You're trying to keep line of sight on the vessels that you are traveling with. So
I'll do a perception check. I got a pretty good perception for us.
All right, Wolfram.
Yeah.
The captain calls out, "Hail! Find the others!" And Wolfram, you kind of go to the edge. Now, Wolfram, I will give you additional points, like an additional skill level here, if you are willing to climb to the crow's nest during the storm.
Would that be an athletic check to do that, or a
That
climb?
would be a climb check.
Only with athletics. We're gonna. I've got my gun strapped to my back, Captain.
I will give you an additional plus 20 if you go up to the crow's nest.
I see. The knight is telling me yes. The knight is no.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
My dear brother Luce, do you think I should climb up there with my 24 climb skill, or do you think I should only do the perception check?
As you are rolling around on the deck of the ship, time is passing. Wolfram, make a decision.
Fuck it. Here's the climb.
Give me a climb roll.
Oh, break your leg.
Do it.
Oh!
A 6! Lucy, Wolfram.
Man, make it up for my
Wolfram.
terrible rolls last week.
Wolfram,
All right.
you grab a hold of the netting that leads up, and you just begin to scale it. Even in the rain, it's slick, it's wet. You almost slip a couple times, but you manage to catch yourself. And within a few moments, despite the ship pulsing and moving, at one point you hold onto the edge, and your feet fly out as the entire ship almost dips almost to the side, but you manage to keep yourself aloft. And you do not fall out to sea and drown a miserable death before the campaign starts. As you make it to the top of the ship, you make it to the crow's nest. You can give me a perception check at plus 20.
Damn it. I rolled a 71, and I have a perception of 61 with the class. So that's one level of failure.
Well, you can use a fortune point to give yourself a success level, or you can roll
Remind
again.
me, do fortune points reset after each session?
So fortune points and resolve points reset every session.
Let's do it. We got to pass that. Okay, we're going to use the fortune point.
So do you want to re-roll it, or do you want to just have it pass? Because you're within 10.
Yeah.
It would be a marginal success, or you have an opportunity to try to roll for a better success.
I hit the roll button, man. What am I going to do here?
Okay. There you go.
I rolled a 46.
So that would be
1. So that's
50. So what you have 1 degree of success. So better than just a regular success. Wolfram, as you're looking out, You do see, and due to the rolling waves, there's a large wave coming up, and you yell down to the captain to turn to port. He begins to quickly turn, and you do see another ship, one of the vessels you've been traveling with, much further away than it should be. And you're able to spot them. In addition to that, Wolfram, because of one level of success, you needed one level of success. As you're looking about, you look back behind you, see dark shapes in the water.
Shit.
It's almost like a trick of the light. During a flash of lightning, you see shapes coming through the waves. You're not sure if it's
Where? Behind us.
You're not sure if it's something below or something above. It's hard to tell in the storm, but you do see that there is something pursuing your vessel.
Can I shout that out before we move
Of course.
on?
Yeah, you call out.
Okay, so I definitely call out.
Captain.
All right.
All right. As the captain does that, he yells down, "Secure the rigging!" And I am going to need someone to, I believe it is let me find it. It is called, it's not called sleight of hand, it's called something else. Maybe it is sleight of hand.
Sweet Christ.
It is...
Something different about Nog. I can't figure out what it is.
I would accept... I think yeah, it's gonna have to be sleight of hand because it's the only one I see. Yep. Sleight of hand, anybody.
Can you make that if you don't even have the skill?
You can. It would just be a dex check if you don't have the skill. So who's doing it? Nog Throat Ripper just decides he's going to secure the rigging. Nog, what is your dexterity? What is happening right now? What is on his face? I can't hear you. It's ridiculous.
There's nothing on his face, man.
Oh, it's my ogre makeup.
What's your dex, Nog?
That was a 33 against a 16.
16. Okay.
Yes.
Glad that, All right. Nog's like, I can do it. He runs over. He starts trying to grab a hold of some of the loose ropes that have come loose during the storm. It ain't happening.
No.
As he's lumbering around, that is one failure for the ship right now. As Nog is kind of like shuffling around, hitting the sides of the railing. All right.
Oh, it's real.
It's real. Nog's floating around, and he's almost becoming a impediment to the rest of you. At this point, the captain will then yell out. He yells out, something's there. You, someone take the wheel. I need someone to give me a sail check.
It was just a beta test. I'm going to use real spirit gun next time.
You can't make the roll this time.
I'm not going to make the roll this time.
So this would be an agility test if you do not have the sail skill.
My agility is okay, but I'm not feeling so well.
Yeah, me either. I
It
do
happens.
look too.
Take a dinger.
happens.
You take a dinger if not feeling good.
I'm at 29.
What do you say, Henry?
Hey,
Henry is also out of 29.
there's only 3 of you left to make this check, so somebody's making it. I don't know who
What's
it's going to
going on?
be.
16-year-old Henry's
Lu-
never been on a boat in his life.
I mean, Luther's already up there. Luther might as well do it.
Luther's gonna roll.
Luther's like,
gonna roll.
oh, and he kind of like shuffles
the best-
over and he grabs
This is
hold of the
best I'm
wheel.
gonna get. Yeah, this is the best I'm gonna get. So here we go. 58.
Okay, so that's 3 levels of failure.
Yes.
Yep, 3 levels of failure.
We're going to sink
Yeah.
the boat before we get anywhere.
As
2.
now,
I think it's technically 2 levels.
2. It's 2 levels of failure. Okay, not quite as bad because that 3rd level's pretty bad. So as Luther moves up, never touched.
Captain.
Yeah, got it. And he's like, and the captain's moving back. It looks like he's looking for something, in like a nearby kind of chest that's been kind of like bolted to the ground. He's like, damn, they've moved it. And he's looking for it, and as he does, Luther, you're just, and Luther doesn't turn right into a wave. and the ship damn near capsizes. As water spills over all of you, the ship is, you're not sure, you actually lose sight. Wolfram, you're still in the crow's nest. You lose sight of the vessels that you guys are supposed to be riding with, or supposed to be sailing with. Completely lose sight of them in the storm. Everything kind of goes black for a moment.
What's happening down there?
We are moving forward. Due to the shaking of the ship, something loosens. And one of the large cannon that was sequestered for this particular boat, as Nog rolls around on the deck, smacks into it, and it bursts free of its current rigging, and it is loose, rolling across the deck. The captain shouts out, "Someone secure that cannon!" And I need someone to make a strength check. Would have been good for Nog to make. Glad he made the dex check. To secure the cannon in
This
place.
looks like a job for the very young and very strong Henry Berthold.
Henry, let's see you do it.
You can do it.
That is a 72.
I will remind you guys can spend fortune points at any time to re-roll,
That
if you would like to.
4 levels. I'll re-roll
It's
that
4
one. That's
levels of
4
failure.
levels of failure. That's bad.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. Damn.
I believe we have to take the second one when you re-roll. That's the way it works.
I think that's how it
So
works.
That's exactly what it
it's
says in the
even
rulebook.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So 96 out of a 31.
30. Oh my god. 6 levels of failure, the worst you can get. Henry, you
I'm so young.
Nog's useless. He's rolling around on the deck. Your giant ogre companion. Oh!
Of course.
Henry.
It's useless. The wizard
Henry.
is useless.
You scramble over to the cannon. It's a full-size cannon. Now, it's not one of the large great cannon that the Empire has put into service recently. It's a little bit smaller, and it was kind of brought along as it's going to be was possibly going to be part of the expedition. Now it's not looking promising. As you go to secure it, and it actually rolls off the side of the ship and hits the railing and just hammers through with colossal strength, breaking free and falling into the drink. However, with 6 levels of failure, there is a rope attached to the cannon that snags your foot, Henry.
Oh.
And you are going with it currently as you slide across the deck. And I need Lucian. This is going to be this is normally how the skill challenges work, Lucian. How are you going to stop Henry from falling off the ship? You tell me what you want to use, any skill you want to use, and we will see how this goes.
So his foot is caught in a rope that's dragging him.
And it's attached to a cannon that just fell off the side of the ship, and he's going with it.
Do I have enough time to draw my blade and try to
Sure.
hack it?
Let's see.
You
Go
can do
ahead
it, brother
and give
Lucian.
me an attack roll.
That's why Henry prefers horses over ships.
Lucian. Huzzah!
That is 43. Is that weapon skill melee?
So weapon skill plus your rapier. If you have any modifiers for your rapier,
So basically, won't have any modifiers.
you should have.
Fencing?
You should have. I believe it is fencing. Let me check. It is under. It is. It's under fencing. Do you have anything in fencing? You should have it. You should have a minimum of plus 10, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
So
didn't-
it's my weapon skill plus melee basic. Is that what? Plus
No,
a
no, no.
rapier?
For a rapier, your rapier is fencing. It's not melee basic.
Yeah, it's probably you might have to type that in manually.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a
That doesn't fail.
it's a specific
Yeah, it's specific.
weapon type.
Mhm.
So you have melee basic, and then you have another melee skill called fencing.
Fencing.
Melee
would be-
fencing.
I see.
You should
and
have
so-
you should have at least a +10 in it from what we discussed. But
Yes.
if you didn't put any other points in it, you at least have a +10.
So it'd be your weapon skill plus 10,
Yeah.
probably, and unless you put extra in there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna take me a sec. Sorry, I didn't know any.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Sounds like a pass.
That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it.
Sounds like a pass. Totally sounds like a pass.
The question is whether or not the disadvantage will.
It's a -10 and you have a +10, so it's a wash. So it'll be just your weapon skill.
So it's just weapon skill.
If you don't have anything else besides the +10, then yeah, you just have a straight roll right now. Because
What's
of
the fencing skill you're talking about?
It's just called fencing. Now, it might not be on that sheet. Sometimes you have to
Probably on
add.
the sheet.
Sometimes you have to add stuff.
Yeah. It's like
Versus
an advanced
melee
skill,
basic,
basically.
there's a melee below melee basic. Right behind the word melee,
Yeah.
you could enter in fencing. That would be your fencing specific skill.
Yeah, your fencing skill. You could enter it in there. Because of your class, you get access to that. Your subclass.
Oh, so it says like melee any
Yeah, you
under career path.
just write in. Yeah, you could do fencing. You could pick any weapon essentially.
Oh, okay.
But
so
you
then
had a
I could
rapier.
choose.
So you
okay,
can
so then I
choose. So then
I
you. So
see.
then.
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
I could add those advancements that
Yes.
I did previously. Okay,
Yeah,
so
if
yeah,
you-
that will be.
If you wanted to shuttle your melee basic to over to melee fencing, I would totally be okay with you shuttling that over.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then that will be probably still.
Well, let's see. Go ahead and roll.
I did. It's 43.
Okay. What did you
And-
need?
I needed a 40.
Okay. This is where the fortune point comes into place. You have 3
Yeah.
fortune points. You can spend 1 right now and make this a success.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you just subtract 1. You've got 2 for the rest of the session. As thank God, Henry, Lucian, quick on his feet, despite being a little green to the gills, he scrambles across the deck, unsheathes his rapier, and with a brutal hack, it doesn't completely cleave through the rope, but it cleaves through enough that as you're being dragged and you drag a couple more feet, it snaps under its own weight, and you are left on the side of the ship, almost like on the edge of the broken railing, because there's now a hole in the railing here that's just open to the sea. And with the churning waves and everything, you know that if you fell out into the water right now, you would be lost. All right. With that, we are through our first little encounter there, because we failed miserably on most of our stuff here.
What?
And
What are you talking about?
it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. You guys hit the maximum negatives you could get for something bad to
Thanks a
happen.
lot, guys.
So, as this takes place, as Lucian, it's at this time Wolfram, as you are looking down, the ship begins to kind of level off. You do not see your companion ships. The captain calls out, "Wolfram, what do you see?"
Captain, we're alone. I don't see the other vessels anymore.
And Wolfram, it's at that point that as you're looking down towards the captain, you do see something. You see long black shapes moving swiftly over parts of the waves nearby. They crash over the top. And not only do you see shapes, but now you see sails, as they are in a styling of a long, slender ship with looks like rows that have been pulled in, and it looks like you see individuals on the deck of these vessels, and they are closing towards your particular vessel. It looks like you see others at this point through a flash of lightning, moving towards the rest of your possible companion vessels, as if a raid is taking place. As the individuals get closer, you call out to them, Wolfram. The captain looks around. No, it's the Pale Skulls, raiders. And as he calls that out, everyone, brace for boarding. And we're gonna need everybody to roll me some initiative real quick.
That's a D10, right? Or
so the way this works, you roll a D10 and then add your initiative modifier. And then I'll just ask you guys what you got, and then I will write them all down because we're going old school pen and paper.
Essentially, our modifier is going to be the tens number in our characteristic.
Yes.
So mine's 31. My modifier would be 3, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So, Luther, what'd you get?
5 total.
5 for Luther. All right, Nog, what did you get?
So I rolled a 6, and I have a 26 on initiative. So I think that. Hold on. Is that it for initiative?
No, that's
And
intelligence.
I
Just I is initiative.
Okay, well they're the same.
Okay.
So that would make it an 8, right?
That's an 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nog got an 8.
I did the math. Yay.
Nog. How about Lucian?
4.
A 4. Lucian. All right, and Wolfram.
I rolled a 7. So I have a total of 10.
10. Lucian. And last but not least, Henry.
Rolled a 10, and my initiative is a
Young
30,
Henry.
so it should be a 13.
So Henry's going first.
This is what Henry was
Teenage
made
reflexes.
All right, Henry. As you guys at this point, like you all begin to see them coming. What little bit of sailors on the ship deck begin to, like, you can see people beginning to pray as they are getting weapons ready. Some of them have just like daggers, and some of them actually have full-fledged swords. But for the most part, these are not experienced fighters. Most of those were sent to the ships with the much more precious cargo in your company, with what little bit of defense left up to the 5 of you. So we'll see how this goes. As the captain calls out, "Ha! To port! To port!" Henry, you are first to kind of move over towards the port as large hooks over the side of the railing catch. There are 4 hooks in total. In addition, you see 2 more that are slung towards the upper deck. Now you are on the lower deck, so those 2 might be out of your reach. What would you like to do, Henry?
So from what you just said, I'm assuming Otto and Dieter are on the other ship.
Yes. No, they're the only important individuals on the ship are you 5.
The main characters are on this ship.
Yes.
All right, so Henry has been trained since birth how to wield a sword, so he's going to run over and try to cut one of these hooks off.
Okay. You move over, you go to the edge of the ship, and you see that there is a large, it's a very long, slender, almost like a skiff-like vessel, and there appear to be at least, it's somewhere, you kind of glance down, there appears to be somewhere close to 20 men in this ship that are launching up, and they're beginning to climb, and as you look down, you see that some of them have most of either have their faces painted pure like a white, resembling a skull. They have heavy, like, leathers with great bits of fur, and they are large, muscular, burly men. Extremely pale. You might recognize them, Henry, as Norskins. These are barbarians from the north, raiders around the world. What are they doing this far south? Who knows? Apparently they've come for blood. But you do see several individuals down there, and they're beginning to climb. as you go to cleave through one of the ropes. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
That is
Now you do get a because it's a stationary object. You get a plus 20 to this roll.
Cool. So a plus 20 would make it a 62 out of 67.
Okay, so you're able to you cut it. It's not similar to what Lucian did. These ropes are thick, real thick, boarding ropes. And as you don't quite cleave all the way through it, but you cleave enough that as the first raider grabs a hold with his bulk and he goes to pull, it snaps and he falls back into the boat. You still technically have movement, or if you'd like to stay here, you can.
I imagine my shield probably isn't anywhere around me.
That's
I'd
up
like
to
to
you.
think I left it on the top deck somewhere.
Okay. Are you going to try to move towards the top deck then?
Well, I guess when I mean the main deck is what I mean.
Okay.
Top side.
All right. Are you going to look for your shield then?
Yeah.
You don't need it. Yeah, look for it. Why don't you, just for fun, for me, give me a perception check, and we'll see if you see it. As the ship has been moving and shaking, things have been loose.
Oh, that's another failure. Failure.
That's a big time failure. You look and you peer and you.
It's raining too much.
Shit! It's pouring out here. In addition to all the thunder and the lightning, and now the howling of the raiders as they are shouting out, trying to board the vessel.
In that case, free action.
Okay.
Assume a defensive stance. And
Okay.
then I will shout out to my more melee characters that I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Assume a defensive stance. It's on me. And we wait for these boarders.
And the boarders are coming, Henry, because I rolled very high for the boarders. And they are coming right now. As all of you witness, as with the 5 ropes, 5 men are able to, big, burly, like Viking-like men. For those of you that don't know what a Norskin is, they kind of pull them up, and they slam onto the deck. It appears that these particular raiders are mostly wielding. They looks like they do have a shield, a wooden shield, kind of like a little a small round shield, and most of them either have an axe, a hand axe, or a sword, and they're offhand. As they come over the side, they appear to be wearing leather armors with a more tribal-esque kind of finish to it. Strange bone-like attachments, and a few of them are even wearing literal human skulls that have kind of hollowed out and made into helmets. As they come over to the side, the raiders are going to get a turn here. As they come over to the top side. The first one is immediately going to rush Henry as he comes over the side, lands on his feet, screams and charges towards you. He's going to make an attack roll.
Did you crit?
It's a crit.
It's an 11. It's a critical hit.
Oh, fuck me.
Do I get to dodge?
You can roll a melee defense or dodge.
You can roll a melee defense or a dodge. You would have to get a critical success for this to work.
Simple, bro. Get that 1.
Yeah.
So it would be my weapon skill. Would that be my melee basic? For defense?
Melee basic would be what you use for defense. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have your shield, unfortunately.
So it's 47. Do I get a success for chopping the rope?
I'll give it to you. So yeah, you have 1 point of momentum. Sure. You're
I
gonna
failed
need
again.
a critical. You failed anyway.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I failed anyway.
So as he charges towards you, Henry, you're caught off guard. The shield hits you in the gut, and then he's going to swing down. I've got a roll for where he actually strikes you. Let me pull this up. Should have had this up already. What am I doing? All right. So Boom. Hit location. You are going to get struck in your left arm, thankfully. That's not your sword arm. Let's see how bad it is, though. Critical table. Now, do you guys want to roll the criticals, or do you want me to roll them?
What did we do last time?
I think we rolled them.
You guys rolled them last time. If you guys want to roll them, if you want me to roll them, I'll roll them. But if you guys want to roll them,
Do you got any armor on your left arm?
My leather jack.
you can sacrifice the armor on your left arm to avoid the critical. You still take the hit.
I know. That's what I'm debating on.
It's up to you.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
I don't.
You know how brutal these can be.
I don't have a lot of hit points
So
either.
brutal.
Yeah. So, all right. So you are going to take. It was a critical. It was 11. That makes that a. So you take 9 wounds. Now you can reduce it by your piece of armor and your toughness, even though your armor is shredded in the process.
So that's 8. Plus my toughness is 3. So 5.
So you take 5 wounds. You lose 5 wounds. Henry. As he slashes in and as you try to parry, you don't. It catches your armor, but that's what your armor's for. It's there to stop it from cleaving your arm off.
Trust the armor.
It cuts in and it mangles your kind of left pauldron, and some of the reinforced leather is just cut clean through. It's useless now, and it does draw some blood, but you are still alive. The second raider is going to run out onto the deck, and he is going to charge towards my friend Lucian. Lucian, prepare thyself. Lucian, you can either make a dodge, or you can make a melee fencing. Now, Lucian, actually, you get something special. You can act out of order because you have a fast weapon. So if you want, as the guy moves towards you, you can make an attack against him because your weapon is fast. That's up to you, though. You don't have to.
If I make an opposing check, that doesn't count as an action, does it?
It will count as your action for your turn. You get to act out of turn early with your weapon. If you
chose
like
to strike.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try it, I guess.
Okay. All right. It's always good. As he runs towards you, you still have your rapier out, and you quickly, huzzah! Go ahead and give me an attack roll with your fencing skill. And he's going to try to block. You can use your fortune point to re-roll it, or you can let it slide. It's up to you. It is an attack.
What are the repercussions of letting the roll
slide? So the way the combat works is momentum begins to build on one side or the other, on your side or their side. For instance, the raider that chopped into Henry now has 1 point of momentum. He's winning the fight. So all his rolls get an extra +10 until he either gets hit or he misses an attack. Likewise, Lucian, right now, if you miss this attack, your attacker will he'll start building momentum in the fight. That's pretty much the only negative for missing a strike, but that's up to you, however you want to do it. You only have so many fortune points per session.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Lucian? Let it slide?
I'll let it slide. I'll take my chances.
He does. He in fact, he barely manages to catch it on his shield, but it's something about the deck shifts a little bit. You kind of slide, and as you do, you don't quite get a vital point like you normally would, Lucian, and it kind of deflects off of his shield, and he's going to make a retaliatory strike. So you can defend yourself with your rapier, or you can attempt to dodge. That's up to you. So go ahead and roll your defense, and I'm going to roll my attack. rolling fucking hot, guys. I'm sorry. It's a fail. That's several levels of failure. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't always mean you fail in an opposed roll, because I could roll a fucking 99 and technically you would win even though you've both failed. In this case, that's not the case. He succeeded in his attack. So you are an 8 is a headshot. You're going to take a blow to the head, and you are going to take, it looks like, 11 wounds, Lucian. You can reduce it by your toughness bonus. I don't believe you have any. You don't have any head armor, so you just reduce the 11 by your toughness bonus, and the rest of it you take as flat wounds. All right, the third raider, as he scales over the side, the third and fourth raider, I should say. 1, 2, 3. No, because there's the other two. Okay, so the third and fourth are going to start scaling the rigging towards Wolfram. Two of them jump on it and begin to climb up. We're gonna make a climb check. Critical success on the first one. Dude, I don't know what's going on right now. This is fucking
What's
crazy.
your problem, bro?
I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
Seriously, man. Come on. They couldn't go after the ogre. He could take them all by himself.
The second one passes. It's not a critical success, though. They start climbing. They're not going for the ogre. They're not fucking stupid. The ogre's lolling around like that. The next two, so they're climbing towards you, Wolfram. It takes their action to climb up, but they're not quite. Now, the one that got a critical success, he's like on the precipice of pulling himself into the crow's nest with you. The other one is just on the rigging. The last individual that we have is going to breach the upper deck and is going to move towards our wizard, Luther. As he sees you, you like lose grip. The captain's already taking the wheel. Do something! He kind of shouts back towards you. And the Norskin starts charging towards you. Defend yourself however you would like to.
Oh, let's see which is going to be better. I think I'm going to defend with my my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Let's roll here. That's a 25 out of. It's normally, well, it'd be 37. I've got the defensive trait for my quarterstaff.
Okay.
So I think it gives me a plus 10. I think
it gives you an additional success level when you defend.
Oh, this is okay.
So that would be 2 levels of success with the additional one, right?
Well. Let me think. It might be just 1 then, because it's normally my melee defense is 37, but I'm sick, so it's 27.
Oh, okay. So you have 1 level of success. Well, that is enough, Luther. As the swing comes in, because he just got a basic success, so it's not enough.
Okay.
Somehow Luther manages to get the staff up and deflects the blow, and you have a point of momentum, Luther.
Mr. Strainer!
And it's a hulking man. He's like, and he kind of goes back for a second. And that is it for the Raiders' first round here. It is now time for the party to retaliate. Everybody except for Henry. Well, we're starting with Lucian. Lucian
I was
is...
next in an initiative order, I thought.
Oh, shit. Damn it, I wrote the wrong name. Wolfram, you're right. You're next.
Okay. All right. I'm taking my little cannon, my little gem.
Okay.
And the one that's coming over the lip, I'm going to kind of kneel down a little bit and heave this up to his jaw and say, "Let me help fertilize Moore's garden."
Now,
and
there is rules for this, Wolfram, because this isn't you don't have a pistol, you have a gun, and you were in close proximity. This guy's close to you, so you actually have, I believe it's a -10 to this roll. It might be a -20. I think it's a -10 to this roll. If you want to take it, just because he's so close to you.
I mean, my other option would be to jump off and try and swim away. I mean,
that's up to you.
I think I'd rather, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll. There is no.
I'm the glassiest of cannons.
Yeah, there is no defense since you're not technically in melee. He can't defend himself, so it's either a hit or a miss.
And there's one on each side of the rigging. It's not like I can't run away, can I?
You could run on the opposite side. You could get on the rigging on the opposite side and flee. Now you have your movement, but if you were to use your action to climb down, I would let you to get all the way down and flee, no problem. That's up to you. You can always make this tag.
One of these.
If you blow one of these guys off the side, I mean, they're probably gonna die. That's up to you.
Wow. The one that's about to come over, we're gonna help him to get to Moore's Guard.
Okay. Go ahead and make me make me your roll with your rifle.
Okay. Because if I hit, I'm gonna devastate this guy.
I'm sure
Black
you will.
Spider's awesome. Man, I'm gonna have to use a fortune point because I rolled a 50 and I needed to get a 46 with the penalty. It's a 46.
Damn it!
So
okay, all right. So you spend one more fortune point. It's a solid hit, though. How much damage does your rifle do? Could be significant.
So it's 9. Plus I have bullet and shot, so that's a +1.
Okay.
Plus it's there's a couple other things on here, and I have impale, which that we used a fortune, so no critical on that.
Yeah.
But it's penetrating, so if he doesn't have metal armor on, it goes right through it.
Yes, that is important.
And any armor he has, any area, he's gonna lose a point.
Yeah.
So
okay. So what's the total damage though?
10 points.
10 points of damage. Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna have him make a. He's gonna have to make an endurance test to see if he can hold on.
And I think the other guy has to make a fear check. I don't know.
It's whoever you shoot at has to make the check.
Okay. All right.
However, he drastically fails his endurance test, and so as you, boom, it was a 50. Let me see where that hits. That hits. A 50 it's a body shot, so it's clean in the chest. As he's like pulling himself over the edge, almost at point blank range, and he just launches off the side. He's unable to hold on, and he just, and then he kind of like smacks on the railing, and he's dead as he just hits the railing and rolls off. And there's a dead body lolling around on the ship now. And
hey, Sigmar.
Go ahead and scratch one of the raiders off real fast. Okay. Wolfram, I'm assuming that's it from you? Staying in the crow's nest?
I'll stay up there. The other guy's coming up, but I'll use...
Then that brings me to Nog, the throat ripper. Nog, you right yourself.
That's right.
And you see your companions, there's fresh meat on the menu, Nog. What would you like to do, Nog?
Somebody just got killed.
They did.
I could eat that guy. Where are raiders coming over the edge?
There's many of these hooks kind of hooked up to the side, but what you do see is there are currently 2 raiders. You're on the lower deck with both Henry and Lucian. And there are 2 raiders attacking both of them, and they've both taken wounds from them.
Well, yeah, we can't have that.
Okay.
I want to get to the closest one.
You move up, and since they're both just come over the railing, I'm going to say that you're able to get into melee with both of them.
Cool.
And so you can make one attack, and then you will get to make a second attack if you hit.
So to roll D100.
Yes, and it has to go below your weapon skill plus whatever whatever points you have in melee basic.
And where do I see those? Okay, I got you. All right, there's melee basic, and that is. And what was the my weapon skill?
Yeah, and your weapon skill. So you add those together, and that's what you need to roll under.
Where do I see my weapon skill?
The WS.
Gotcha. So that's the 32.
Yes.
Then I have a melee basic of 3.
Yes. So that's 33. However, they are size smaller than you. So I believe. Let me just check. I think you get an additional points to hit somebody smaller than you. Just check size requirements. I don't fucking remember right now. Right, size, blah blah blah.
Plus 20.
Multiplies the damage. You get the extra damage. Death blow rule. Larger will be intact. Nope, you don't get any additional modifiers. You just do extra damage when you hit someone. So go ahead and roll.
Roll it.
Just roll a d100. You need to get under a 33 unless they can't defend against it, and they don't have very good agility. So there's a good chance they're gonna fuck this up real bad. So go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 98.
That's bad.
That is bad.
Nog, you only have 1 fortune point for the whole session because you're an ogre.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to use it now to try to swing again, or are you going to let it slide?
Why is that so high? Yeah, I'm going to swing again.
All right.
So I lose a fate point.
You lose a fortune point, not a fate point.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, that's very different.
47.
I want our viewers and listeners to know that Nog, Throat Ripper, our man who's playing Nog, normally rolls better than every single time.
This is crap dice.
Astonishingly well.
Yes.
And he is if we're playing D&D.
Yeah.
But we're playing Warhammer, so it's the opposite.
Crap roll.
So, Nog, that is 1 level of failure. However,
thanks.
the Raider got 2 levels of failure. So you actually hit. You just do minimum damage.
Okay.
Which for you is
still not bad.
Don't you have a 5 strength?
Yes.
Okay. So since he's a size smaller, you double that. So that's 10 plus your weapon, and your weapon is a +5. So you do a minimum of 15 damage as you smash into this guy.
Nice.
Which he does have armor. Let me do this real fast. So he is going to take. It was a 47. I believe that's a chest wound, which is where he's got the most armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chest. So he's going to take 15 minus. So that puts him at. Not good, but it could be worse. All right. He's hurt.
I'm going to go change my dice.
But Nog, as you a vicious swing with this large gargantuan scimitar-like blade slices into him, and you follow through because you get the death blow trait since you are large and they're smaller than you. So you get to make another attack against the other opponent within melee.
Okay. Let's take him out too. Let's roll low this time, guys. That's terrible.
This one,
It's ridiculous.
He's able to duck under the blade.
Yeah.
I didn't roll.
My dice don't understand how this works.
Better than you. As Nog, you slice through the one, and he gets a little caught on it as you pull it through, and you miss. You swing and miss the other individual. Thank God it wasn't a critical fail, and you didn't slice one of your companions in half
or something. Yeah.
So
wow.
All right.
This is a great start, guys. We're off to a bang-up start. This is going to be amazing.
Now you're in melee, and I will point out that Nog is a giant creature, and most whenever you fight a giant creature, you can be afraid of it. They get the fear trait, and so things smaller than him can be afraid of him. So these guys might not be doing well here in a minute anyway.
That's right.
All right. So Nog, you're in melee with the two of them. So is Lucian and Henry. That brings me to Luther. You are in melee combat, Luther. What would you like to do? You do have a point of momentum.
Yes, I do. Get away from me! as I try to
Smack him.
swing.
Go ahead and give me an
smack
attack
him.
roll. God damn, I'm rolling
Right.
good. I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna need
Fuck,
to-
roll.
I don't know what's happening.
Did you crit? Do I even need to roll?
Just roll, damn it.
Oh god. 65.
Oh,
Not
fuck.
good.
How bad is
Not
it?
good.
How many failures is it?
It's 3 failures.
3 levels of failure. You swing and
I'm gonna use a fortune point.
Okay.
Just cause.
Okay.
You know.
you still have your plus 10 for momentum.
We're burning those things hot.
Fuck me.
It's worse. It's worse. As you swing, and he easily brings up his shield and catches it, and then pushes it aside, and he spits in your face. Slather.
It's my face.
Oh, Raggedy style.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that. I'm just joking.
You bastard.
You
Spit
bastard.
in my face. You bastard.
All right, now finally, Lucian, it's your turn. You've already used your action. You technically have movement, but you don't want to move right now because he will stab you in the back. So your action's already taken care of. All right, that's the end of the first round.
Oh, shit.
So,
Hell yeah.
oh man, let's go to the
2
second
down,
round,
18 to go.
individuals.
That got
Let's
spicy.
see how this
We got
goes. Hey, that was only that's only the first part of the borders, my man. Yeah, let's pucker up and get ready. All right,
Like 7 of those ships.
If you stop fucking critting us.
Henry, you
I'm
are
attacking.
first in initiative. You go ahead and make an attack roll.
Going back at him.
Let's do it.
I gotta re-roll that.
Why not? You don't want that critical fail?
No.
Okay.
You're back, baby.
This is bad.
I'll take that though.
Okay, how many
Yeah.
success levels
It's
is
a
it?
21 out of 47, so
2?
33, 43. 2 levels.
2 levels. I also got 2, and when we tie, I always give it to you guys.
Give it to us, bro.
So you hit. How much damage is this gonna do?
It will do 7 plus my success level, so 9.
9 wounds, and it was a 21. Where does that hit? Because this is important. They have less armor.
Cut his head off. That's where it hits.
You said 21, right?
21.
Left arm. So less armor. 9 points. That is okay.
I have regained the momentum.
And you have a point of momentum. All right. So he takes. So you hack into the arm. Ah! Despite even the shield that he has. You bite in. It's not super deep, but he does take a wound. Okay. That's it for Henry. That brings us to the Raiders. It's their turn to retaliate. All right. The 2 that are on the deck, they need to make cool tests to not shit their pants in front of Nog. The first one, he passes. And the second one passes. Guys, I need to change my dice set or something. This is getting bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so they pass that. They're Norscan. They're made of CERN stuff. They're used to seeing monsters on the regular. They grit their teeth and they're going to make attack rolls. The first one is going to attack Nog. He has a plus 10 to this. Now, Nog, you get to defend yourself with your weapon skill, plus whatever your weapon is. So go ahead and roll a defense roll.
Okay. That a 100?
Yes, D100. It's always a D100. You're trying to get under a 33. 96. Bad. It's real bad. He's going to strike through. Hits you in your left arm. And you are going to take 8 wounds. Now you can subtract your toughness bonus from that.
Okay.
So whatever your toughness bonus is what you subtract from it.
Where's that? Toughness is the T.
The T, yes.
And that's a 40, so that's 4.
So 4. So minus 4. So you only take 4 wounds.
Okay, 4 wounds.
Okay. The second one. What was that?
So that's like 3 natural ones.
It is.
That's incredible odds.
It is. It's impressive.
This is how I always roll normally, guys. They're like, to me, these are my normal rolls. All failures.
Yeah, the second raider on the deck is going to also he's going to try to capitalize on Henry being off balance,
I struck him.
and he's going to lash out towards you.
Do it.
So go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
49 out of 57. Defending with my sword.
That is just enough. You defend again, so you get another point of momentum.
Yeah,
As he tries to slash out, and you knock it aside. The third raider that's on deck is going to scale his way. He only has to use his movement at this point. Scale his way into the crow's nest. Hops in next to Wolfram, and he's going to try to stab you in the throat, Wolfram.
Oh, he's gonna stick you.
You can either make a dodge roll, or you can try to block with your gun. It will be considered improvised, but so basically just your weapon skill. But that's up to you. You tell me.
All right. Two things. One, if I make a dodge, is that going to be that's because that's related to his attack? I'll still have an action in my turn.
Yes.
Will
Yeah.
the dodge?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I get momentum from the success that was
Yes.
of the attack earlier? So,
Yes.
all right, cool. All right, we're gonna do all right, I got a pretty good chance of beating a dodge, so we'll do a dodge roll.
Go ahead and make your dodge roll.
Are we capping momentum or just success levels?
Momentum will be at plus 6 is all you can get. So
Son of a bitch.
how many
right.
how many degrees of failure is it though? Before that doesn't always mean
Two single digits.
Okay.
As in, like, I got a 59 and I needed a 57.
Okay. Well, despite you failing, you still succeed because I have a -3 success levels.
All right.
As he tries to swing towards you, and the ship kind of rolls for a moment, and even you lose your footing slightly, but he misses, and you get another point of momentum, Wolfram.
All right, cool.
All right. The last raider that's on the deck is going to try to stab Luther. All right. Go ahead and defend yourself however you want, Luther.
Rolling. Probably the staff again. That's bad. Maybe
You can do it, wizard.
I'm gonna skip it. It was 6 levels of failure.
6 levels?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do fortune. I'm using fortune.
Use your fortune
I'm
point.
gonna smoke them while you got them.
Well, you realize you have
Even worse. Even worse.
Every fortune one we've done has been
how
worse.
many? So how many levels of failure is it?
But it's still 6.
6. I have 7 levels of failure somehow. I almost got a critical fail, and so despite you royally fucking that up, he fucked it up worse. As you both kind of like slide across the ship as it like rolls again, the same one that Wolfram kind of barely dodged out of the way of. And as you do, the blade just kind of like sinks down into the wood. He gets stuck for a moment and kind of slides with it. And you get another point of momentum, Luther. All right. In addition to that,
Someone help me!
In addition to that, a final raider from the first wave here comes over the side of one of the hooks next to Nog. And he gets to the top. He'll have to make a cool test, which he royally fails. He's and he kind of like he like backs down off of the railing, and he kind of like backs away from Nog. He's kind of shaking a little bit, and that's all he can do right now until he passes a cool test. Okay. That brings me to Wolfram. It is your turn.
All right, so I got this cat in front of me.
You do.
He's a little off balance. He just tried to attack me, and I got his way. I would like to channel Private Hudson.
Okay.
From my favorite movie.
Okay.
Take my gun, put it up to him, and say, "Eat this." And blast.
Okay. You have to reload, Wolfram.
I know. I was hoping you would forget that. Actually.
No. No, I do not.
I actually.
Would
don't
you
know
like
how
to take
reload.
your action to pull the trigger and nothing happened? Because I would love for that to be a thing.
I actually do not know how to reload. I forgot how we did it with Shane.
You have the way it works is you have to take. This is why when you get into melee, it's not good for our individual with a black powder weapon. You have to reload it for an action. You have to meet the success levels of your reload, which I believe is 3 success levels, Wolfram.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a full action to attempt it.
So
it's an extended test if you don't meet it.
I guess I need to just do it. I'll he's sitting there standing in front of me. Maybe he's a little dizzy, and
You have a dagger. You could try to push him out of the crow's nest. There's lots of shit you could try to do. You don't always just have to fall back on that. Now, if you want to try reloading in melee, you can. That's up to you.
Try to hit him with your gun.
All right, I'll. Wait, what? No, I mean, I'm not gonna hit him with a gun. I'd have better luck with the dagger, I think, than trying to hit him with a gun. My strength is like 20, so.
It would for a push, it's an opposed athletics check.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pushing that motherfucker off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of push forward and you try to push him.
All right.
Give me an athletics roll. He'll have to make.
So that'll be my athletics, and I have 2 momentum on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Pretty confident here.
99.
24
Ooh.
under a 67. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 levels of success.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I wanted an 11. I was like, give me that 11, baby.
Are you sure it's athletics?
Yes, it is. We're sure it's athletics.
I'm just saying, athletics.
I mean, I would have made it with strength too.
Oh, you're
but that
right.
would've been, like, straight up.
You're right.
Yeah, it's
I
not
hope that
D&D.
wizard died.
It would be a strength athletics. So you use your strength stat instead of your agility stat.
Thank you so much.
You're right.
Thank you.
You are right.
I'm just trying.
All right. In that case,
It just seems so wrong, you know.
in that case, I guess I'm gonna fight him. I guess I'm gonna attack him because I don't. Yeah, with the strength, that would be a 29.
Did you still
20.
succeed? 24? I mean,
Yeah, you succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Because it still would have been a.
And I got
24.
minus
49,
1 failure on this, so you
49.
still
All
push
right.
them, for God's sakes.
All right.
Just go with it
All right.
sometimes. All right. I mean, do you want to talk yourself out of succeeding? Because
No,
if we want to keep this going, we can.
Oh, I'm cool. I'm
Okay.
happy with
Thank
that.
you. So, Wolfram, you are able to bring your gun up to the side, and you're able to push it up onto his throat. And as everything's sliding away, and he goes, and then he topples over backwards and kind of it flings down towards the deck. He takes massive damage. He hits the deck hard, and he is no longer.
just so everyone knows, fall damage is savage in this.
It is.
This campaign.
It's
in this
really
game.
bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. So he dies on impact from the crow's nest. All right.
I fell out of the attic earlier, and I can attest that fall damage is bullshit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So.
Well, speaking of falling, Nog, it's your turn. You
Oh,
get to
good. No, that's failing, not falling. But let's go ahead anyway.
So there are currently 3 individuals engaged with you, Nog. They're all trying to fight you. One of them is kind of backing away. He looks like he's terrified.
They better. Yeah.
So
intimidated.
go ahead and make your attack roll. He will try to defend himself.
Done properly, they can defend. Fucking hell. 59.
How many? Well, I rolled a 90, so that hits. Your minimum damage is 15. A 15.
So, speaking of that, though, real quick, when
Yes.
we put in the centaur on here under damage, it says 10.
Yeah. So it's 10, but he's a size smaller than you.
Ah,
So
it's 15.
you get an additional 5
Got
since
it.
it's a
Okay.
size smaller. So it does 15.
okay. Okay, I heard that differently the last time. Okay, so it's a minimum of 15.
So
Damage
59 is the body. So yeah, body shot.
Ooh.
All right, this will be the guy that's already wounded.
Yes.
So that is going to be. Fuck, I think So you actually cleave through him this time. Clean through.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
You. And I mean, it goes all the way through. You get to attack another individual.
Good. Let's do this better.
Please do.
Fucking hell.
Roll. Now you don't get momentum yet. However, I rolled a 98 because my dice rolls are coming for a circle at this point. So Nog hits the second raider who is wounded. And so that's 15 and 87. Let me check which part of the body that is. That's his left leg, which is less armored. Can it do enough though? It's 5. It's just enough. As Nog
finally
sweeps low and takes the left leg off of the second raider. And as what is your weapon skill? Is it
32?
You can technically attack one more individual, and there's one more individual in melee with you, Nog.
Well, let's do it.
You sweep through a low slash, and you.
And
this is all just one attack. It's just, this cuts through 2 people.
Show my friends why they hired this guy.
Make your last attack.
Oh, it's a 78. So may your dice be worse than mine.
Well, unfortunately for you, this guy, I rolled a critical, but he was dodging. So he doesn't stab you in retaliation. Because if you roll a critical in defense, you actually get to hurt your opponent.
Oh, nice.
However, he was dodging. So he manages to dodge out of the way as you slice over the top of him. Okay. That's going to be it for Nog's turn.
So what happened to his friends?
It's pretty bad. All right, so that is going to bring me to Luther. There's only two raiders on deck right now.
One's in my face, and we did nothing to each other. I'm gonna roll a bop.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
I'm at 0. I think I'm at 0 and he's at 0.
Yeah, you guys are both at 0. Your momentum is not good. Well, no, actually, you won the last one, right?
Oh yeah, I did technically.
So you're at plus. You're at plus 10 right now.
All right, here we go. Ooh, 8.
Ooh. How many degrees of success?
That is. Technically, it's only 2.
That is enough. That's one more than him.
All right.
What's your damage? What's your damage, Luther?
That is. Let me check. 1 sec here. It's 2 plus my strength. There's 3, so 5. So 5 damage.
5 damage.
So I guess it's successful.
Wait, 1 second. That's an 8. Does the staff have a thing that if you hit somebody in the head?
It has pummel. I don't know. It might be crit only though.
I think it's a strength test or something, and then if they fail.
They get hit in the head. Yeah, well, that's a headshot. Okay. So how much damage was it total?
5 plus 6. I don't know how much success levels were. Did you count success levels and damage?
Yeah, they do. So that's 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
7. So 7 total.
7 total. His head isn't heavily armored. It's not a lot of damage, unfortunately, but he might be stunned. Mm-hmm. Do you have pummel in front of you?
I'll have to pull it up. I might have to look it up. I can't think I can find it, but we'll see.
Oh, please. All right. Pummel. All right. You hit the head with a pummel weapon, attempt an opposed strength endurance test. So you have to make a strength check, and he has to make an endurance check. Which he's.
I have to make it.
You have to make a strength
test.
Yeah, so go ahead and make it.
I'm sorry. I misread my core staff damage. It's +4, so it's.
Oh, an additional 2. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
But I need to make a strength test.
Yes.
All right, that's not going to be good. Here we go. That's 58.
You use your momentum. You have 2 points of momentum.
Okay, so it's still a failure. It would be 58 out of 50. So
Okay.
one degree.
All right, so
A
he's
failure.
he's not stunned, but you do rack him pretty good. So it's a good solid hit, and he's bleeding from his ear.
Do I still get a success level for that?
Yeah. You keep your momentum. Yeah, this is just for to see if they get stunned, and that's separate.
Momentum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're good on that. All right, so that's it for Luther. Lucian, it is your turn. There is one individual left in the lower area that's kind of like engaged with Nog, and you're close if you'd like to attack him, or if you'd like to do something else.
How many boarding ropes are still attached?
There are 3 down here, and then 2 on the upper deck.
Let's see, and I assume there are more boarders following.
You didn't see. You can still hear people screaming from down below as if they're attempting to climb up. Yes.
Got it. I think I'm going to go over and attempt to cut one of the ropes.
Okay. You move over to one of the ropes. Give me an attack roll. You will get a plus 20 to this. Is that a success? Can't hear you, Lucian.
63 out of 60.
Ah. I'm sorry.
Fortune point.
You can, if you want to burn a fortune point, you can, or you can just let it slide.
I'm going to do it.
Okay. So you're able to, and you cut away another one of the hooks falls loose. Another rope flies over the side.
How much of my movement have I used?
Just a little bit. Do you want to try to retreat away from this side of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of like move away towards the middle, leaving Nog as a good buffer. I mean, that's what he's here for. As you kind of like move away. All right. That'll be it for Lucian, which brings us finally to the top of the round. With Henry.
Can I pick up one of their shields and cut a rope in the same?
I'm gonna give you one or the other.
I will cut the rope.
Okay. You move over to one of the ropes. Go ahead and make an attack roll. You have plus 20 to
Plus
this.
20. So that's a 52 out of 87.
Okay. A clean. There are 3 ropes left as you cleave through it. All right. Are you staying put, or do you want to retreat away from the edge here?
Yeah, I'll go back to Lucian. He
Okay,
seems
you
to
kinda
be
retreat back to Lucian.
able to hold himself.
All right. There are still 3 ropes attached, and there are still 2 raiders on the deck. It is now the raiders' turn, and 3 more raiders scale the ropes. However, these ones have different apparel on. They appear to have no armor. They each have on their backs 2 hand axes as they leap over the edge and slam down. And when a howl of berserker rage are entering into a frenzy. 2 of these are up towards the top with Sir Luther, since no one went up to the top deck and cut any of his ropes. One of them is on the lower deck with the rest of you. It is the Raiders' official turn. And the Raider that is fighting Lucian, the regular with the sword and board, is going to try to attack you. Luther, not Lucian. Luther.
I figured. So,
Make
roll
a
defense, I guess.
defensive roll, please.
Okay. Sorry, Mac. 29 out of
A lot. at this point.
defensive. So, it's 29 out of 50 cent.
It's
2
enough.
levels.
2 levels of success. So you are able to deflect another blow. You get another point of momentum. The
Why is anyone helping me?
He's
The
racking him up by defending
he's up there.
himself.
The final raider at the bottom is going to let's see if he can pass his test. He's still terrified of Nog. He begins to retreat even further away on the deck, just kind of like shaking in his boots. However, it appears that the berserkers are immune to any fear effects. And the one on the bottom deck is going to immediately charge Nog Throat Ripper. And he's going to begin trying to rip into him. So, Nog, the berserker's coming towards you. You can defend yourself. Go ahead and roll a defensive roll.
You got it.
You're going to need it.
23.
Okay, how many levels of success is that?
Well, what am I going against when I check?
So are you defending with your weapon?
Yes.
Okay. So I believe you said you had a 33 to all of that?
Third,
total?
yeah, yeah. So that would be one level of success.
One level of success.
Yeah.
It's not going to be enough, Nog,
Wow.
as he gets 4 levels of success.
Ouch.
Because since you're large, people have a bonus to hit you in melee combat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm easy to see.
So the first axe bites in, cleaves you across the face. You're going to take 12 points, 12 wounds that you can reduce by your toughness bonus. So reduce it by 4, so that brings it to 8. He's then going to make a second attack in his frenzy with his offhand, which is going to miss, wildly miss, I'm assuming. Let's see how you do, Nog. So you have to roll a second defensive roll. Unless you roll like in the 90s or something.
85.
Yep. Actually, I lied to you. The second one is going to hit for 8 wounds, reduced to 4.
Man, I'm just gonna
And-
die right out.
Since he's in a frenzy, he gets to make a third attack.
Of course he does.
And he's going to try to rip into you once again, Nog. Make one last defensive roll. I can't wait to do this to Luther here in a minute.
Oh, I know it's coming.
You deflect the last one, Nog. As he moves in, and
Thank
you
goodness.
catch it and you push him aside. He's frothing at the mouth, even though he's so small. He's trying to cut you down to size, Nog. That's it for him. The next 2 berserkers, one of them is going to rush the Capitan, and one of them is going to rush Luther. The one rushing the Captain. And then I get to roll for him, which, okay. Captain manages to block the first attack. He eats the second attack. And he eats the third attack, which is not good for him. The Captain manages to deflect the first attack, but the next 2 that ring out in just a flurry begin to carve into him. One across his right shoulder, one across his chest, and he's bleeding profusely, Luther. The Captain kind of like butts up against the wheel. Ah! However, Luther, you've got stuff to think about on your own as a second Norskin raiders joining you in melee, and I need you to defend yourself.
Okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Oh, that's not good at all.
How many levels is it
That is, let me think.
with your current
The extra
momentum?
stuff. Yeah, 76. That would be 1 failure.
That is a success on your end then, because I have 4 levels of failure on the first attack. In this froth and frenzy, he swings wildly and misses. Defend yourself for the second attack.
That's 14 out of 87.
Okay. That is also going to be a miss then. As you deflect a second strike. You actually deflect this one.
Question.
Yes.
I don't know what we're doing this time or not. For defenses,
Yes.
would I add another momentum on this one too, or are we only doing like one momentum per defensive turn? Or
It's per turn, with
okay,
each enemy. So if you can
So,
deflect
oh,
all,
I-
if you can deflect all three, you get a momentum from it.
one single. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So last strike, because he gets a third strike.
Okay.
Why doesn't he?
Oh well, if that's the case, then it would have been out of 77 instead of 87. So that's
It's fine. It's still well above
Okay.
his. Yeah. Go ahead
Okay.
and give me a roll, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 77.
Okay.
82, so one is a nominal failure, I guess.
Nominal failure. I got a critical failure. So I've got to roll on the. I've got to roll on the table to see what happens to him. Where's my table at? There it is. 40. God, he suffers a damage. He suffers a 1 point as he swings wildly. He actually like swings and bites into his own kneecap for a minute and pulls it free. And he was already he's going to be the last to act in initiative next turn, no matter what now. And he's down.
Are you all right?
And that's it for the Berserker's turn. It is now Wolfram. It is your turn.
May I? I've cleared the crow's nest, right? Because I have the two coming up there.
You have for now, yes.
For the moment, I mean, thank you. May I use my 3 momentum to reload my weapon?
To attempt to reload? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Now, every turn you spend outside of combat, you start losing a point of momentum, just so you know.
Okay. So, and what do I need is it a roll to reload
it's a D100. You need
Okay.
to roll below your normal ballistic skill plus your black powder skill. You have to
Okay.
roll so many successes. For your rifle, you have to have 3 successes
All right.
to reload.
If I had, that's okay. That makes sense of how the talents work now too. All right, cool. Let me do that. Yeah, let me see if I can reload it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sit out this round. I'm gonna go down to 2 momentum no matter what. And I'm gonna attempt to reload my weapon. Okay.
Yep.
That's 12.
So
that's 4 levels of success.
you're able to reload your weapon in 1 round. Now you
Okay.
can't shoot it in the same round.
Okay.
But next round you're up here in the crow's nest and you manage to reload your black powder rifle with supreme efficiency. Very practiced
I practice
hand.
a lot.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's
I
Wolfram.
guess that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
set out this night next turn. Yeah, thank you.
Nog. It is your turn.
All right, yeah. How many people are still around me? 2 more now?
So you have 1, 2,
2 more people showed up, but there was 1 still
1,
left.
2. You have 3 individuals.
All right. Let's see
Give
if we
me-
can reduce their numbers.
Give me an attack roll.
That's pretty good.
That is going to be a firm hit on my my regular raider who does not manage to get out of the way. He's still frightened of you.
Oh, nice.
All right, so that's going to be 16 wounds,
Jesus.
which is he doesn't have enough. Yeah, so
Just
he's
split him right
gone.
down the middle.
You immediately with a lash backward, and you carve right through him. The berserkers are still here though.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make
yeah,
me an
let's-
attack against one of them.
Let's see if
They're
we
going
can,
to try to dodge.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to try pretty good, I guess, maybe. That's not too bad. 32.
It normally would be. However,
They're berserking.
he's a berserker and he dodges
Yeah.
aside this one,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So, do I get another one?
That's it. Once you miss, you miss.
No, I mean, do I get another hit?
No,
Another
you-
attack.
you-
Oh, okay.
nope, that's it. So you do cleave through one of the final original borders, but as you follow through with the swing towards one of the berserkers, he takes both of his axes and kind of uses it to roll to the side, and you manage to just take a hunk out of the ship. And that's
As I pull my scimitar up off the deck, I look at this fella, down at him because he's still smaller than me, and just kind of wink and nod. Little battlefield respect.
Mm-mm.
And then I'm going to eat him later.
Okay, that's it for Nog then. We are finally back to Luther. It is your turn.
I guess I'm gonna try to bop the regular raider. I guess.
Okay. Shit's going downhill fast up top, guys. It's going
It
bad.
is. It's not looking good.
He's holding his own. He's defending.
Jesus Christ.
He's not doing any damage.
Just line him up for me, bro.
It hit.
Line him up.
It's success. Yeah, he doesn't go high enough to defend against it.
That would have been a Marius crit.
That would have been a Marius crit. 4. 77.
I think a 10 is headshot.
So it would be 6 levels of success. Plus 4, so 10 plus 3, so 13
13
damage.
13 damage? Okay.
Yeah.
He's still up. He's pretty hurt at this point.
Is it a headshot?
It's a left arm. It's left arm.
Okay.
You're like, rah, and you crack again. Fighting 2 opponents at this point, Luther. While you're fighting 2 opponents, you lose 1 point of momentum at the end of your turn.
Okay.
As you're becoming outnumbered at this point. You're getting overwhelmed fighting 2 people. All right. But I mean, you got a point of momentum. You lost a point. It's a wash.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm saying the same. Yeah.
All right. That's gonna be it for Luther. That brings me to Lucian.
All right, so on our deck, we've still got the 2 berserkers, or 1 berserker with.
There are 2 berserkers on this bottom deck with Nog and Henry and you. There is another berserker. No, excuse me. There's only 1 berserker down here left. There's 2 more up top. 1 fighting Luther, and 1 of them is killing your captain currently.
And then 1 rope left on our
1
deck.
rope down here, and there's 2 ropes up top. What are we gonna do, Lucian?
I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that last rope.
Down here?
Yeah.
Okay. Lucian, you rush over. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Hey. That's
Easily
13.
done. Easily done. Lucian, you slice through it. And falls away. Is that going to be it, Lucian?
Then I'm gonna go ahead and run up towards top deck.
Okay. You begin to move up. You move up the stairs, and the captain is just getting destroyed right now by a frothing berserker. Do you want to approach, or are you going to kind of like stay back?
I'm gonna stay back a little bit
Okay.
for this
kind
turn.
of like stay back, and then you're going to end your turn there. Okay. That'll be the end of the round then. And as that happens, let's do Henry real fast. What would you like to do, Henry?
Henry would like to pick up one of those Norskin shields,
Okay. You reach
And
down
then-
and you.
and then he's gonna run up top.
Okay, and you move up. You move close to Lucian at this point.
Mhm.
I'll give you the same option. Do you want to engage, or do you
Yeah.
want to? Okay, so you
Yeah,
kind
we're
run
engaged.
Up, you run up and you try to engage with one of the berserkers.
Yes.
So at this point, it is now the raiders' turn. There's 2 ropes left, and you watch as a 4th berserker climbs up to the top, and then jumps onto the upper deck, as well as a heavily armored Norskin. Big bulky hands. Pulls himself over the top. He's about a foot taller than the other Norskins, and there's a large great axe that he pulls off. And that's where we're going to take our first break.